Hello, I'm Suzie Allkins and I'm here today to do another review for Children's Book Spectacular. Today I'm going to be reviewing a newly released children's picture book called There's a Snake in My School, written by David Walliams and illustrated by Tony Ross. I think there are many reasons why this book's going to soon become a favourite. Its pages are simply brimming with fun and exciting and enticing words and pictures. Now, for any of you that aren't particularly keen on snakes, just a little word of reassurance. I think by the time you finish reading this book, you might actually end up quite liking them. You'll like the snake in this book anyway. We cannot fail to like a python named Penelope. So the story, yes, there's a python named Penelope in it. There is also a girl named Miranda, who we just instantly fall in love with for her quirkiness, her ability to be very different and confident, and she doesn't like to conform to the norm. And that certainly shows on the day that her teacher arranges, which is Bring Your Pets to School Day. So on this day we see all the typical creatures being brought into school. We see a dog, we see a gerbil, we see, what else do we see? A tortoise, we also see a goldfish and a cat, which happens to sort of miss out on all of the exciting things due to its very important snoozing needs. It does seem to sleep through quite a lot of it. Miranda, of course, brings her pet in, which you probably guessed is a python named Penelope. After the initial furore and onset of panic in the playground as she arrives on this enormous snake, the children actually do see that Miranda and Penelope are really good friends. So they stop running for their lives and stop being in fear of becoming the next playtime snake snack, and they start playing with Penelope, forming a lovely relationship with her. I think they're particularly impressed by the fact that Penelope can adapt herself into all forms of playground equipment. I wouldn't recommend sliding on or climbing up a python should you ever meet one, but I think this snake is kind of different, one of a kind. So yes, bucket loads of fun going on in the playground. That is until the rather bad-tempered and mean headmistress, Miss Bloat, arrives. She is not impressed that there is a snake in the playground or in her school, and she's not impressed that there are any animals in her school, in fact. So, although the lovely teacher, Mr. Bright, has arranged this day for the children, Miss Bloat immediately confiscates all of the pets and locks them away. That is, apart from Penelope. She has a different fate in store for her. I won't tell you what that is. I'll let you find out for yourselves. What I will say though is that throughout the rest of the book, and all of the book in fact, we see fun, we see hilarious silliness, and we see friendship, and we also see a sense of justice as well happening towards maybe the end of the book. So David Walliams has written yet another wonderfully funny, imaginative and exciting story which children will adore. And I think the quick pace of events coupled with the humour in the story will bring smiles all round. Tony Ross's fantastically vivid and comical illustrations are a delight, and they also work beautifully in unison with the text. I particularly like the way in which you see in lots of pages the words sort of moulded around the images. So let me just demonstrate what I mean by that. For example, here we see lots of the text working alongside the pictures, and it becomes sort of one piece of artwork and very visually effective. So there's a Snake in My School. It is a hugely funny and captivating book in its own right, but what I also really like about it is that there are moments within the book that open up discussion with children and perhaps help them to relate to the world in which they live. So we see Miranda, who is extremely different and very unique, and I think that helps us to explore the notion with children about sort of being true to yourself and the fact that being different is a good thing. And that it's not always great to conform and be the same as everybody else. We also see the way in which Miss Bloat and Mr. Bright treat animals and children in an extremely different way. I think this explores a notion of kindness and empathy. And also, when Penelope arrived at the school, she was greeted by children who were extremely frightened of her, and animals that were really frightened of her too. And that was all due to their own judgments of her, but misconceptions and preconceptions of her. So it's this idea of getting to know somebody really before making a judgment of them. Maybe the whole, don't judge a book by its cover. This book, I think you probably can though, because the cover's fantastic and the inside is fantastic too. But speaking metaphorically, then maybe when it comes to people, this idea of getting to know people first and not making judgments. So all in all, a superb picture book. It's got huge appeal. I mean, I'll have you giggling throughout. I particularly liked the goldfish's hiding place. That had me laughing for quite a long time. So don't miss out on There's a Snake in My School. It is a must for all children's bookshelves, and I think it will become one which will be requested time and time again, just like it is already in my household. So thank you for listening, and I shall look forward to seeing you again soon for another book review for Children's Book Spectacular. Please subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye bye.